Hi everybody, Jessie here from jessiebanks.com and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I went back to kind of what I used to do on YouTube and not do a complete card process. This is just a coloring video. So I'm using this Hatter's kit from the Grading Farm. Now unfortunately these are not always available and I don't think it is right now. Marie usually lists them for pre-order once in a while, and then if she has some extra in stock they end up in the store. So if you're somebody that would like them, I would pop the Grading Farm an email. And that's usually how you get things like this brought back with her. If there's enough interest, she will bring them back for pre-order and then pop a few in the store, kind of a deal. So definitely pop them an email if this is something you're interested in. But I will have a link to the Grading Farm store in the description box below. Pardon my voice, I was at a street hockey tournament volunteering all weekend, and we can see what it's done to my voice. You guys can probably hear it. I can feel it. So I'm starting with the skin tone here, and I went in with my E04 to start and put in the darkest shadows. Now where my shadows are going is wherever there's wherever there would be a natural shadow cast. I'm not necessarily worrying about the light source. I'm normally just kind of thinking more about drop shadows. So the hair on top of the face would create a cast shadow because the hair is in front of the actual face. So it's kind of like where one item layers in front of the other is where you're going to see the drop shadow. So like I said, the hair in front of the face, the sleeve of the dress in front of the arm, the bottom of the skirt over top of the legs, that kind of thing. So I'm just following that. I'm also making sure when I do her face here that I'm not filling in the white space in between the circle of her eye and where her eyelashes are. I want to leave that nice and bright and white so that it doesn't look like, so it looks like her eyes are kind of popping and I don't have to add any color to them or go back in with a gel pen. I'm coloring on a new paper. I know for the longest time I've said I always color on Copic Express-It blending card, but I recently opened up a new pack and it seems to make my markers sticky all the time, like to the point where I'm cleaning markers 2 and 3 times when I am coloring an image. I'm not sure if I got a bad batch of paper or not. I've popped them an email, nobody's gotten back to me, so I am working on Nina Solar White paper in this video, and it does mean I have to work a little bit differently. Like I'm not going right back to the darkest color, but I am going to go back in here now and add some extra E21, and then I'm just going to go back with that E000 and blend that out again, just to give me a little bit of a more smooth transition between my colors on my face. I thought it looked a little splotchy. This paper isn't quite as smooth as the Copic Express-It paper, and it soaks up a lot more of the ink, so it just takes a little bit more work. I needed to adjust some stuff there, so I took it away and started over and forgot to delete that out of the video. Pardon me. That was really smooth now, wasn't it? So now I'm working on her hair, and I'm going to use the E30s. I really like this hair combo. It's a brown, but it kind of reads a little bit more auburn. There's a little more red in the color come the end, so I really like it. Most times I work light to dark. No. Most times I work dark to light, except for when I color hair, it's light to dark. That's simply so that the lighter colors don't blend out those darker colors as I'm adding streaks into the hair. I am trying to keep my hand out of the way as I'm doing this so you guys can kind of see where I'm putting it and pulling it to. It doesn't work the entire time, but you can see it for the most part, which is awesome. Yeah, that's about it. For the hair, we're just going to keep coloring. And I don't have any fun stories to tell, I don't think. I wasn't with my son a lot of the weekend. He spent the weekend at my sister and brother-in-law's house playing with their children. And she really enjoys because he's an only child and there's 3 of them over there. So it gives him lots of people to play with, where when he hangs out at home with me and doesn't go out with any friends or anything, it's just him and I. And apparently I get pretty boring. He's 8. So I was going to stop at the E35 here, but I decided it needed a little bit more shadow, so I grabbed the E37 and just put in a few strokes of the real dark color on each one just to make it pop. And I do think that going to that way darker color does help dramatically in getting those shadows to look really, really dark and the hair to kind of pop away or pop back or away from the face. So you can see that divide really nice. I love this set. I enjoy lots of the Grading Farm big sets. I know they're not inexpensive by any means, but you get a ton of images in them and they're always so fun, and I love how Marie themes them and everything, and I think they're a blast. I've had this one for a very long time. So just finishing up the hair, and then we'll start in on the bow on her hat. And for that we're going to make, it's got like 3 layers to it. So I did just this piece because it would be like the center layer, which I don't think is quite right, but because there isn't one you see on the other side, but that's okay. I made that piece yellow just to give it a little bit of difference. I'm not sure if it's like the bottom bow is just folded over and tucked there, but this works. So I make this yellow. When I do my yellows, I like to add in that YR24. I know it's a little more orangey, but it gives me a lot more depth to make those really, really dark. I didn't paint my nails for this video. As you can tell, they're like 3/4 chipped off and some are completely gone because I was picking at them, and ignore that, please. They'll be better next time, I promise. On Wednesday's watercolor video, they'll be painted. That one's filmed. I know they're painted. Finishing up the yellow with the Y11 here, and then I'm going to do the rest of the bow with the BG series. I did leave out 09. I started with my 07. And again, that little flower in the center is going to cast a shadow on the bow. That yellow piece of the bow is going to cast a shadow onto the bottom one. And everything that's in front of those tails is going to cast a shadow onto it. So we're going to add all of that in. This video is only sped up to 2 times its original speed. So it's still, you can tell that I work pretty slow because this isn't fast either. When I do just coloring videos like this and I'm not squeezing in the whole card process, I can leave it a little bit slower. I usually speed it up to 2.5 or 3 times the speed, so. But I enjoy doing just a little bit of coloring videos too. Although the card process, I like everything. I really enjoy doing YouTube videos, so that's why I keep doing them, because I think it's fun. And I like to do fun things when I'm not at work, because yeah, I hope everybody likes to do fun things when they're not at work. So blending out those 2 colors with the BG02, when I am blending them out, I am going over top of those darker colors and pulling them into the white space in order to blend them together and get a smooth transition between all of the colors and have a nice gradient from dark to light. If you do find you can't get that gradient in one coat, definitely add 2. Lots of people color that way. They go light to dark and then dark back to light. So it's whatever you need to do to make it blend, and just take your time and enjoy it. Coloring is supposed to be fun and relaxing. It's a hobby. Have fun with it. That's kind of the point, right? So once we get that done, we're going to color in her hat and her little overdress thingy, the center flower, and her shoes in this dark gray color. Oh no, the center flower ends up going back to yellow, pardon me. So I'm starting with my N7 and I'm mapping all of my darkest places in. I'm really enjoying this the N gray series. Pardon me, Jess-c. Find your words. The neutral grays, they're not quite as warm as the W's, and they're definitely not cool at all. And they're my newest gray combination that I've picked up, so that's why I'm using them a ton. It's kind of what happens when I grab some new markers, is they tend to be used a whole pile and everything, because it's like something new. Let's use them all over the place. So we're taking the N5 and blending out the N7. When I do buy these grays, because they run from like 00 all the way to 10, I usually buy like 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, and either 0 or 00, deciding which one's in stock. Just because you don't need them all. That whole skipping to every other number gives you enough colors to be able to blend together really, really well. And the N10, you can use a black Copic if you have one, instead of buying all of the darkest colors. So definitely don't need them all. So we're going to get that finished up. That's my son. He just hopped out of bed. So we're going to finish this up really quick and call it a day. And then I'd see you guys on Wednesday at Watercolor Wednesday. So finishing up this last little bit here, and then we'll put the yellow back in the flower. Like I said, all of the links to the Greeting Farm store will be in the description box below. There'll be a link to my blog there. If you don't follow that, you probably should. I post a lot of cards there that you guys don't get to see here on YouTube. The Cards and Color Facebook group, that's my Facebook group. We have a ton of fun over there. I love seeing everybody's projects and what you guys all make, either from my videos or from somebody else's videos or from your guys' brains. I tend to lift a lot of ideas from everybody over there. So I hope to see you guys there, and have a terrific Monday. I'm going to get ready and head to work. It is 5:45 in the morning when I'm doing this. So have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.